Hey, Saturday Nation. I wanted to share this with you. I was scrolling through Facebook and I found an amazing Facebook post, and I wanted to share it with you because it answers so many questions I get about the topic of podcasting. Can I make money with a podcast? How do I use a podcast? Well, my friend Thomas Tadlock, and I want to give him a shout out. If you go to Learn from Thomas, that's his Facebook group. I just joined it. I didn't know anything about it. Thomas has a very cool story. He went from broke in his terms to being a multimillionaire. Let me just show you. This is the post I'm talking about, but let me just show you the page. I mean, Thomas is living the life, man. And, look, every day is Saturday is different for so many people. When you have somebody as intelligent as Thomas and as passionate as he is, my God, he bought my podcasting course at a live event. I met him. He was the trainer at that event. He didn't know anything about podcasting at all. He took my 4-week course, and then we ended up working together for a little while longer as well, teaching him how to build the message and around the podcast and all of that. And now this guy is just absolutely on fire. Multi-millionaire, passive income, whether he works or not, hundreds and thousands of dollars a month flowing into his bank account. So I want to give a shout out to Thomas. Learn from Thomas Tadlock. You can find him on Facebook. Join his group and just absorb everything that he has. Okay, super guy. After he became a client of mine, he also trained me. That's how I got into. Everybody wants to know about my green smoothie diet, the bag of spinach every day with a gallon of water. I got it from Thomas. He trained me back 7 years ago or so, and got me in amazing shape, the shape I'm still in today because of the nutrition and workout plan that I got from Thomas. So anyway, I just want to give him a shout out. So this was the post, and that's the cover of Vegan Health and Fitness. And Thomas leads the post with how to get great PR with a podcast. Now, this is an angle that a lot of people don't even think about when you have a podcast. Everybody wants to know, well, how many downloads am I going to get? How much money do I make? And all that good stuff. Well, Thomas goes on to write, and he wrote this post January 4th, 2021, okay? I just happened to find it. I can't imagine any business that wouldn't benefit from being on the front cover of a nationally circulated magazine that's seen in every grocery store and bookstore in the country. The interesting thing is that you don't have to be famous to get amazing PR. However, amazing PR can make you famous. You can get amazing PR by simply having a value-rich podcast. What do we talk about all the time? Get out there and share your message. Lead with the value. The more value you give, the more money you make. People will find your podcast organically. You don't have to pay to send ads to it. You can't even pay to send ads to it, like on iTunes and Spotify. It grows organically. And then he talks about the covers that he's on. I'm going to show those. And he said, best of all, the only money it cost me was the $20 monthly fee for hosting a podcast. That's it. He said, many years ago, I started a podcast to help build my audience around vegan fitness and wellness solutions. The first thing I did was fill it with great interviews, vegan fitness industry, great athletes. I'm paraphrasing here, but he wanted the podcast to be just a ton of value. All right. Because in the podcasting world, he says it, value is gold. You're right, Thomas. Once he built up the value of the podcast, where listeners started emailing me, telling me how much they love it and got from it, I knew I had a platform that would be valuable to other media channels. So, podcasts serve two primary purposes for my business. Get my message out, and it creates a platform for me to create opportunities. Once you create a valuable podcast, you now have a valuable gift you can give other businesses. So he goes on to share, this is a real cool part about it. He called up Vegan Health Fitness magazine, invited them to be a guest on the podcast, another great marketing strategy. See, what Thomas did is what everybody needs to do, and that's to listen to the teachings. Somebody like myself says, hey, create this thing, and then this is what you do. Go get interviews. If you have an interview-based show, even if you don't, every now and again, you'll hear me do an interview, and it's to build a great network of individuals. So he had them on the podcast, and then that helped them get their magazine awareness out and had a great time. Then they told me about a bodybuilding show they were going to have. And a few months later, so he called up the organizers of that show, asked for a media pass. He got it, right? And the reason he got it is because now podcasters are considered part of the media, all right? Another great ninja tactic. He said when he went to the show, he got to meet all the vegan health and fitness family, build a relationship with them, got to know each other personally, became fantastic friends, and there's nothing like having good friends in high places. Amen to that. What do we talk about? Your network creates your net worth, And then a few months later, they got a phone call from VHS Magazine asking to be featured on the cover, and the rest is PR history. You can see the cover right there, Thomas and his beautiful wife, Brooke, and their two sons. And he goes on to end it with, owning a valuable podcast earned you the title of being a member of the media. Being a member of the media is a big headline in the eyes of businesses, and it's very influential. Similar to writing a book, which earns you the title of being an author and leads to instant credibility and authority, creating a valuable podcast can open doors to getting fantastic PR. I could not have written this better myself if you gave me a month to come up with a great angle on why everybody should have a podcast, you know? So when I work with clients one-on-one, we start with the message and the passion. And when I worked with Thomas, man, his passion was through the roof. He's so, he's just so passionate about what he did. And you know, you've got that same passion inside of you, but it's probably under layers and layers of trying and failing, or maybe this or maybe that inner voice in your head saying, well, who would ever want to listen to me? There's millions of people that want to hear your message. And I know Thomas would say it if he was here with me. I've actually interviewed him on my podcast a few times. I've done a webinar with him, you know, and he would tell you the same thing. If he can do it, you can do it. All he did was just come on board the 4-week training I had at the time, launch a show, start doing interviews and putting out content, and people started emailing him, and next thing you know, he's on the cover of a national magazine that's in all the bookstores and bookshelves. I mean, it's amazing. So I want you to take that information, use it, and if you're struggling a little bit about what your message could be, reach out, book a call. You know, just go to launchmymovement.com, book a call on my calendar, and I'll share with you the exact same strategies I shared with Thomas. You just got to come to it like he did, with tremendous passion and just willing to follow the basic, simple steps. So congratulations to you, Thomas Tadlock. I've always been a huge fan of yours. I'm so happy that you are now a multi-millionaire using passive income so you can be the father and the husband that you've always wanted to be, man. Kudos to you. Awesome. All right, the rest of Saturday Nation, have the best day ever.